And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
All right, it's time for Make HOAG Money, the opportunity for you to come up with trade ideas to make me money. This is me, the senior performance coach here at Top Step. Been an active trader for 30 years. CFTC disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. We're not suggesting the purchase or sale of any product for any of you. Matter of fact, you guys are selecting them for me. We should only use risk capital. We know there's a lot of risk in futures trading because these are leveraged products. There's, of course, never any past performance that is indicative of future results. So let's take a look at the rules. We do expect kindness and respect above everything. There's always differences of opinions in markets. It's what makes them so good. We're going to have a couple of people enabled to talk should they choose to. I'm not going to force anybody, but if there's anybody here that would like to talk about these trades and chat a little bit, you're more than welcome to. Always looking forward to talking to somebody. And of course, we're all going to be involved in the decision making in these trades. And of course, if you're coming up with a trade idea, the context of that trade is helpful. If you are unable to talk, you'll be able to share your screens. We're going to use the chat room to discuss trades in both the Zoom and YouTube sides. We're going to focus on the MES for opportunities. We're not going to trade just a trade. We're not taking losing trades, which is actually meant to be a joke. And feedback is, of course, vital for improvement and continuation of Make HOAG Money. I know I enjoy doing this. If you enjoy it, just let me know what you think could make it better. Here's the platform. What are we looking at? Good afternoon, everybody. Bradley, Daniel, Vince, good morning. Good afternoon, I should say. Daniel, I'm a little tired today for some reason. Will, good to see you. Bradley. Randolph usually does not attend the afternoon sessions of Make HOAG Money. He's probably off doing something. Greg, I see you're here. We talked about your question in group coaching today. It wasn't really a question, just more of a strategy suggestion. That TPO halfback. Yeah, slow market day, and Randolph probably is having a liquid lunch as we speak. So we've got a little bit of context here we can talk about. We know that we've got April's high taken out right up to weekly kickoff high. 42.06 was weekly kickoff high. This is the daily chart. We've got the 30-minute chart here. There's our move up to that weekly kickoff high. We've come off trying in the S&Ps to take out the low of the opening range, low of the regular trading hour session, which did leave a weak low in the S&Ps, not so much so in the micros. What are we looking at here as far as here's our opening range right here. We had the late spike. Value is indicating that price is being accepted at higher pricing. Here's the weak low in the S&P. Here's the still excess low here in the micros. Here's that late spike. Greg, email me. I'll send you I have your email, or I have it already here. I'll send you a link to the group session today so you can listen to it. You're so very welcome. So, range bound. I mean, we have our initial balance to the low of the session. I'm going to put this back on the ESTPO. So, opening range, the low of the session. We took out the high. Really just kind of rotational all day today. A period, B period came back down, D period, C period, E period, F period, G period is the high, HIJKL, K is now the low. Just really rotational throughout the day today. I think we're going to keep rotating, and you think we're going to extend the range is really kind of the question. I mean, I was pretty happy with the way that the market opened, spanning the base of the late spike, leaving the opening range at the low of the session. Yes, you can split the profile on TS Trader. Matter of fact, one of the things we were looking at was the F period low being right to half back. So then EFG put in the high, and now we've been falling ever since. Hey, Ben. You gonna be my chatterbox today? Feel like talking? If you want to split the profile, here's the F period. So I'm holding it over F period and I left click. Then it says split at letter. So there's that F period low right at the half back. And then I can just remove all splits. Ben, I'll get you in here. You're welcome, Greg. So I'm done trading for the day with great and for all intents and purposes, probably. So thinking maybe the market's going to take out the overnight low. That would be relatively close to the low of the session here. Well, Greg, I talked about that email in group coaching today. And your halfback worked very nicely in F period today. Here it is again. Split it letter. Here's the halfway mark. F period put in that low, and then we in short order put in the high. Oh, okay. No, I got it. Don't worry. As soon as it as soon as it compiles, I'll get it to you. Yeah, it's still compiling. Oh, there it is. Got a couple folks I'll send it to. All right. All right. And there you go, Greg. It's on its way. It's on its way. Joe, sending it to you as well. So what's going on, Ben?
Okay, sorry about that. Had to find the microphone thing.
No problem.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's kind of a cold, rainy day here today.
Yeah, it is. It's got me sleepy.
I'm long right now, 87 quarter, but I think I'm just going to close it out because that's kind of got me not thinking in the right thing. And I think actually that may be the end of the upside for a little bit.
Like what kind of context? Like today or this week?
Oh, just for the moment, just for right now. Kind of stalled out, L opened, and it's moving down, and I just it's kind of balancing right now. High day, close, settled yesterday, so just thought I'd just clear the slate.
So what are we doing? Are we just gonna chill? Josh is wondering if we're gonna take out the overnight low. Hello, Michael, Jenish. Any tips for Jenish just starting their combine? Take your time, trade small. Don't be in a hurry. Don't chase money. Don't chase, Janice. At this point, are we inclined to go towards long or short? Took a long at 41.85 base of balance. Yeah, it's right in the opening range. It's not a bad spot there. I was long there earlier. I mean, if we're going to remain range bound today, the idea is buying down here, right? Selling up here. Well, Linda, you can do it. People do it all the time. It's actually a pretty fast process if you do well. It's hard trading small, yeah. But, I know trading one lots today, I almost passed step one of the 50K combine if I were in the trading combine. Trading one lots on a day like today. And Mondays are usually bad days for me. Linda, you got any ideas for trade today here?
I'm sorry, I've had a little bit of a situation going on here.
Understood. Understood. Yeah, Jenish. If you look on the YouTube site, there's all kinds of information that you might find helpful in your trading journey. Watch the market prep, come to group coaching, come to Make HOAG Money, maybe some ideas and some, different ways to look at markets. Don't know about your experience in trading or anything like that, but it's always a good place to hang out. Linda, had over $1,000 profit in crude in gold this morning off that opening range trade, perhaps long early, and then lost it when you traded in the NQ. That's just, Linda, can I suggest something? And this is for everybody. The next time you're up $1,000, only risk half of it. If you lose 500 of that, you're done for the day. Walk away. At least you're ending the day a plus player. You're ending positive. Yeah, overtrading is a big thing, man. Overtrading is a beast. Joey Moneyham. That's a good name for a trader. Starting the combine next week. Feel like I'm better at scalping gold, crude, and natural gas. Any suggestions? Well, I don't know your strategy. Don't know what you're looking at, but be careful scalping. You get into too short a time frame, and your competitors are machines. Adrian, yeah, there's a lot of people coming up with suggestions for newer traders, and it's trade your process, not the P&L. Always good. We all know if we're chasing money, it runs away from us. Hello, dumb money trader. Barry, I sit on my hands. Yeah, over trading sucks. If you think you're over trading, you probably are. And Linda, when does the over trading start? Does it start right at the beginning of the day, or do you start over trading when you're down money, trying to get it back? So anybody who is trading, one of the probably most important things that I tend to tell people is your goal when you first start trading is just to survive. If you can maintain an account for a long period of time, you're doing yourself a big favor by basically giving yourself time to learn. Time to learn. If you get into trading, think you're going to make $1 million the first year, God bless you. I hope you do. But it doesn't happen very often. You got to learn to crawl before you can walk, before you can run, before you can fly. So take your time. Look for asymmetric opportunities. What's an asymmetric opportunity? Well, if we were to buy the S&Ps down here at 86, and we don't extend the range, okay, we're looking at 4 points of risk, right? The market rotates back near the high or back even to the high of value. We've got 86 to 96, 99. We've got 13 points of potential profit on 4 points of potential risk. That's what I'm looking for every day, all day long, is opportunities to find those asymmetric opportunities. Asymmetric opportunities. Small risk for bigger rewards.
So what kind of I see a trade around here, but what kind of a what are you willing to go in for? Like a couple points?
Hey, I'm in for anything that we agree on.
Well, based on who appears to be in control, and that's kind of over now on the upside, I was thinking the volume value low, somewhere between 86 and 86 half. And that kind of might have been the end of it right there, just 1.5, 2 points. But might get another shot. But based on the tempo, time of day, it might just be kind of well, I don't know. We got a new auction off the value area low. So
are we? I'm just gonna poll everyone. Do we want to look for for a long against the lows.
Well, here's the thing. I want to point out though, if we get back above that L period open at 90.5, and that's also the volume control for the day and yesterday's high of the day. To me, that means that upside auction might continue.
Up to above 94.5.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know how far I'll go. Oh, hang on, I got it.
Go ahead.
These.
You got your old phone lighting up there.
Yeah, as I like the old style ring, small.
So while we're running the poll now, please answer the poll. If you like a long against the low, we'll try it. Willing to try anything, as long as we agree on it. On YouTube, are you guys having a hard time hearing Ben? You'll notice have a tendency to overtrade when you have money in the bag. All right. So about half of you have voted on the Zoom meeting. Share those results. Chart language. It's good to see you. End poll. So we've got an agreement to look for a long somewhere here along the lows.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Well, I don't know. Second time around, it's maybe a little weaker than it was, and I brought it up, but because we do have that poor low, but value is considerably higher. I mean, well, not considerably, definitively higher.
Right. Excuse me.
In the meantime, to get down there, what about shorting this high of day in the open, the BTOC, and risking the L period high?
Where is that?
Right here, just a short right here from under the yesterday's high of day, and risking the L period high, 92 quarter or 92 half.
So we're off the long now?
Well, yeah, because we're just rotating. We might rotate back down. We've just got to. So like I got short at 89 half.
You are just too fast for me, Ben.
Well, I hate that. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's good.
I'm gonna go ahead and take it off here at 87 quarter just to be safe, because we may not even get down to that. Well, I don't need 2.25 points. I'm gonna go 2.5 or 2 just to be safe. Oh, didn't get filled. Come on. I'm gonna do the HOAG exit.
Huh.
Well, too late now.
The 10% rule?
Well, I hit flatten, but then nothing happened. I'm a little bit on delay on everything today, it seems. I'm just a little half step behind.
Chart language, we're looking forward to your success. And your brothers. Love to see you get paid.
So I moved my exit up, and now it keeps bouncing a tick above it. I tell you, I got some kind of juju on me or something.
Why is the TPO chart in the center of the screen bothersome to you, chart language? You want to see the 30-minute? Yeah, I'm with this. This person says try not to trade after 2 p.m. It's really not a good idea to. Well, it hasn't been for me to start executing trades this late.
Okay, I got my 2 points on that one.
Nice,
Thank you.
nice job. So yeah, chart language. You're in pretty short time frame there. Well, I'm with you.
Hey, is Shot Cunningham in the room?
I don't know. Let's see. Nope, not right now.
Oh, okay. He gave me a tip on a laptop like an extra monitor, and I didn't get a chance to thank him.
Oh,
but
nice.
I already have one.
Cool. So, Joe, I think the logic behind this trade is the market is kind of range bound with value above Friday's range. The late spike on Friday has us showing potential acceptance of price at higher levels. The market did come down and match the previous low from the day, so it kind of put in a weak low here. But because it's cheap to buy it down here at 41.86 half, we sent a poll out. The vote was yes. So we're going to try and see if we can't get along relatively cheap here. If we start extending the range to the downside, I think that's going to be enough to let us know that we are probably wrong, the trade.
May I say that it's things have changed a little bit because we're coming up on a new TPO.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter how it works out, I'll take it. I'm gonna take it.
We do have some pretty negative delta, but we've had negative delta all day long.
Okay.
There's a new TPO. Just didn't quite get to us. Daniel, I don't currently have a vertical monitor. I've got 4 monitors and haven't really seen the reason to do that just yet. Joe?
Okay, I'm taking it off because if it comes back through that M period open, then odds are real high. It's probably going for the lows. my opinion.
All right, we'll cut it then. It was largely your idea. We got Joe coming in now. I thought about getting just like one huge curved monitor and just, setting up the real estate on it. So I got one monitor, but haven't pulled the trigger on that.
Hi, Hog.
Hey, Joe, it's you.
Can I share?
Of course. There you go. I didn't know that was you, Joe.
Me. Okay, for me, I'm not writing this. The question is, we were bullish half of the day. Did the context change here? See this big move down? Can you see my cursor?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. See, that big liquidation break there. What we've been working on, I'm going to squish the screen up so that we just get this distribution in here. Okay, this is what we were working on, right? There's this distribution in here, and we're scrunch it up a little bit more.
There's
Basically,
nothing in the middle.
What's that?
There's nothing in the middle.
You don't see my screen?
Yeah, no, we do. Yeah, we see it, Joe. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, we're working on this distribution here. This shows the screen distribution. This is the daily distribution over here. But as you can see, we got the top of this distribution is, 91, 91 and a half, 92, whatever. And the bottom of this distribution is right here, 84, 85. And you see we've got some liquidity down here, which could be support. They could be, or they could be spoofers. We don't know. But if I were gonna take a long, I got to be down here at this distribution, the bottom of this distribution right here that we were working on since
85, 85 and a half.
Yeah, right, all the way up. If you don't take a shot, I'd be up here. Now, where are the stops? We got a thin spot right here where this didn't auction. This came down through here, this liquidation break. We didn't auction. So we got stops in here. So you guys could be right by taking a long and running these stops right in here. Who knows? It could go further. This is the IB high and this is the IB low. That blue one. But anyway, that's the way I read it. For me, it's not a trade, but I just thought I would throw my 2 cents worth in.
Yeah, I
Now
don't.
you can eliminate me if you want.
No, Joe. No, Joe, you are too tough to be eliminated. No, I mean, if this were me, I probably wouldn't be doing anything here.
But it's for instruction purposes. I understand that.
Right. If there's something that somebody wants to do and we vote on it, we do it. It's all right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if anybody wants to vote on this, but I short at 87 quarter because true to saying if it went below that M open, I'm feeling it. Even though that liquidity's there, I see it. Feeling that we're gonna, at least get enough for me anyway to the downside. So
So are you short now, Ben?
yeah, I'm gonna take one off at 86 because we might get a 1 tick failure of L period if I can get it.
Here it is.
Okay, I got one off for 5 ticks.
Nice trade.
We're gonna have Ben do. We're gonna make Ben money.
Well, I don't know. No, that's not. No way. I think what needs to happen is we got to figure out a way to get to be a little more nimble. but I don't know how to do it, because the idea is to get everybody's participation,
We just traded that liquidity at
Yep.
85, and they pulled the liquidity below that
Yeah.
at 84 and a half. They pulled it, which supports lower.
Yeah.
That was a spoof or a near spoof. Sometimes you get stops at the other side of the IB too, and we got the IB low here around 84.
No, I was going to get out right here by the open, but now Joe talked me into hanging on.
Yeah. Yeah, we take out the low of the initial balance, low of the opening range. That's saying something.
Yeah.
The only thing is, based on the context of the week, and the way it is, the way today's gone, I kind of have a feeling we're probably just going to close and settle, then anywhere, pretty much not much change from yesterday.
Right, back around 88 and a half
Yeah,
somewhere.
I can't see all of a sudden now there being a big change in closing with the spike down or something. That's just me.
Yeah, I would look for that only if we had delta divergence on that. If we had too many longs in short time frame, and I don't think we do.
I mean, if you're going long, this is the end of the distribution, but it's not for me.
No, I'm not buying it.
I mean, we went right through that liquidity. They pulled and they traded there, and they have not re-entered it.
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And there's nothing below here either for support. I mean, there's a little bit at 83 and a half, but it's not a big red line. It's light blue.
I hit out for 10 ticks. Maybe I got 9. I don't know, but I flattened. Here
We're at the IB now. You might get a little run below the IB.
Yeah, we just put another TPO at the bottom there. Now we're here. We just took out the IB low, opening range low. Little bit of liquidity below there, huh?
Yeah, there's one right here at 83 and a half, 83 quarter. There's a pretty good red line. Okay, they just traded through it.
There we go. It keeps moving down now.
Yeah.
They're teasing it.
So it looks like we might be going to yesterday's volume point of control at 80 quarter. That would satisfy a lot of targets.
Next liquidity, 81.50, 81. And we're building new profile. We're extending that one.
Negative 10,000 delta.
Yeah, that was 552 contract traded right there at 83 quarter. That's good size.
I'm stopping at
the 81 and a half.
Just one lot.
Ben is the man.
Well, now I'm getting fancy.
We got Ben looking for 8 ticks, and we got HOAG looking for 8 points or 16 points.
Yeah, usually, right? Usually. Mark, when I'm using the dome during trading, it's usually only in periods like this. So when there's a range extension or there's a potential breakout in a longer time frame, that's when I'll focus on the dome. And like we just put in a new low. We took out the IB low. We took out the low of the opening range. If I'm going to take that as a trade, like on a short, I will time stop it. In essence, is what I'll do is I'll put a stop in just below it to get me short. And if it goes against me at all, I get out. I don't want a breakout trade to get in my pockets. And I'll watch the dome. If the dome looks like it's robust, if there's a lot of orders being placed and canceled, if price is jumping around a little bit, that's a higher probability that the breakout is going to continue in that direction. If the breakout usually you'll see like a big stop run on an IB breakout or any kind of breakout. If the stop run hits and the dome dies, that's usually a bad sign. That can be an indication that this breakout is not likely to provide opportunity. Right? I'm looking for participation in the dome. Did we see participation down below here? For a little bit, we did, but now we're back inside the initial balance. One of the things that I do look at is if you look at Joe's book map here, you see the white line above price and the white line just about where price is right now. That's the initial balance. We looked below the initial balance earlier and came back inside. Now we've looked at below the initial balance and we've come back inside. This is a higher probability of a ranging day, of a day that's going to probably just kind of go back into ranging. So, I mean, we've hardly moved since we got into make HOAG money. Ben's made a little bit of money. That's good. But, we're trying to figure a better way to poll everybody. So maybe we can take some of these shorter time frame trades. If maybe we just have a Joe day for make HOAG money, and then we can have a Ben day for make HOAG money, and then we can have a chart language day for make HOAG money. We can have everybody can have their own day. Maybe that's something we look at.
Do you have my book map up there?
Yes.
Another reason I guess not to go long is that we're below VWAP.
Mm-hmm.
My VWAP starts at 9:30 Eastern, and we're below the developing point of control, which is what this yellow dotted line is for the day. Okay, so both of these developing indicators, if you will, price has been below them for quite a while, which kind of tells me that the context is really, from around here changed from long or neutral to only look to the short side or do nothing. And my choice has been to do nothing.
Right.
The other thing is that what happens quite a bit is you get this consolidation here, and what happens when you do break it, you go back and test it, the undersidedness. So if you're looking to get short, this is a good place to get short with a stop up here. Okay, that's the way I would have played. If I'm looking for a short, I'm looking for a retest of the underside of
that area of balance
consolidation, and I'll short here 86. Say call it 86, and I put my my stops are no more than 3, so I would be right here, 89. So 86, 89 would be a perfect trade for me if I was doing that. But it's late in the day, and it's more rangy than it is. Maybe we get that move down on the MOC in another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but 5 minutes, 6 minutes. But anyway, that's the way I see it.
All right. Well, if it were earlier in the day, I would probably be long on the failed auction to the downside below the initial balance, especially because we had a failed auction to the upside above the initial balance.
Yeah, good point.
Trying for 87 here.
Ben, you are just going to kill it today.
Well, I tell you, look at my problem. I mean, isn't it funny? Always, it's like one tick. I mean, I already came within 1 or 2 ticks before. It's been a bunch. Okay, I got it finally. But man,
So
that's when I starts to really tax me. It's like, gosh, it's like they know where my target is. They back off.
Huh?
Okay, took out that liquidity right here.
Mm-hmm.
That trade was informed by, I waited until it came back in above the open. It's a little bit risky because, it really looked like it could have gone to yesterday's VPOC. We're so close to the overnight low. But the way it started reacting when it got to the volume value area low of the overnight, and then we're back in, and it started picking up some speed. I thought, well, I already said it might settle close to yesterday's settle, and who's in control today, right? It's the intermediate time frame, which would be your scalpers, short termers, and whatever's, and so just going on the market generated information, from these data points in the profile and how those players normally operate,
Yeah,
The long warning, Will Robinson, is that a couple of minutes ago while Ben was talking,
VWAP.
developing point of control dropped again. So if you're long, you're like, uh-oh, that's not a good sign. Most of the volume is lower.
Yeah, the
than it
volume
was
here.
10 minutes ago.
VPOC just moved lower. I don't know. I think we're short, and I think we're screwed. I think we're going to turn this thing and at least get up to 94.
Really?
There's still negative 8,000 in Delta.
So you're saying as they unwind that?
Yeah, and we're getting close to 3 o'clock here. If they're not going to continue to get paid short, they're going to unravel.
Well, I'm going to try these for once. I'm not going to take any more. That's it.
If you've got my screen up still,
Yeah, it's still.
if you look at this move from the bottom, below the IB,
All positive.
see all those green deltas,
All positive Delta.
all positive delta, and decent size too. So we could be getting a little stop run. Again, this unauctioned area here around 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 your time, is unauctioned, and that's where the stops are. We could get a stop run into 95, 96, 97.
That's what I was thinking. Now we're 8,100 negative Delta.
Test the VWAP up here at 93.50. That's what my
Where is that
VWAP is.
VWAP on?
And they're pulling liquidity up here. See this?
Let's see.
All this is.
Oh, yeah.
all this-
It's all going away.
Yeah. And it's starting to put a little in here, and the big one is a 95. All right, another minute for MOC.
Oh, yeah. What are those? Ooh, we got buy side 614 million, 428 million, 428 million buy side.
Ben, you flat?
Yes.
I'm actually long. Not in HOAG Money. It's on a different computer altogether, but
Oh, your own money, huh?
yeah. I had a really good day today. I thought this was probably a pretty good opportunity here. So
Oh, so you caught the long this morning, huh?
yeah, and the short. You guys,
Great. Good for you.
you guys saw where our high is, right? 42.06 and a quarter. Weekly kickoff high is 42.06.
Uh-huh.
So it was
Wow, nice
long,
job.
got out, got short. Played it like a concert
Like a pro.
concert
Like a pro,
pianist.
Like the pro that you are.
Like, yeah, today. Yeah. I am by far not the best. No doubt about
I'm
it.
a basketball coach, and I tell my players all the time, don't get too high, don't get too low. So
Absolutely.
calm down, Ho.
No, yeah, I'm good.
No, I know. you know.
Yeah, I was looking for, I don't know, 93 probably, because I thought maybe 94, the point of control, would get hit, but I'm getting a nice pushback here. I'm not going to lose anything on this.
We're jumping prices here. You know, it's getting, liquidity is kind of drying up here at the end of the day, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You know, pretty dark up here, pretty dark down here. These are the algos here pushing us around.
I hate when getting pushed around.
Yeah, you get in the day, 0 day to expiration options, you know, the next 15 minutes, they're closing out their positions. I mean, it can get crazy.
Yep. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's sitting here at settlement. Ben said that's where it's going to close, so I'm out. That was the shortest time frame trade I've taken all day.
Well, if we probably got to do anything, we probably would have done it by now.
It's only the fourth trade I've taken.
You're my hero.
No, I'm nobody's hero, man. Some days,
Short of that.
you know, Sam Elliott in The Big Lebowski says, sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you.
I just watched that movie about 2 weeks ago. I hadn't seen it since it came out.
Such a classic.
Yeah. It's funny.
Hey, Hoag, all those 30 years in the pit,
Yeah.
yelling and screaming, and
Yep.
any of that help you with electronic trading when you made the transfer?
There were good things about it and bad things about it. I didn't have my eyes anymore. You know, standing in the pit, you when everything came into the pit, you could see, you know, what the big boys were doing. You know, what Goldman or Merrill Lynch or Shearson Lehman, or, you know, you could see the orders just go around the pit when the big ones were adjusting inventory. Well, you know, they're not buying from each other. They're buying and selling from the locals. They're buying and selling from the guys in the pit working their own money. Right. So you could, from time to time, you know, usually at one point during each day, you'd get the sense that that your competitors, the other people standing in the pit trading their own money, were too long or too short. You could just say, you know, this pit is way short right now. So you start trying to pick, you know, trying to buy pullbacks, trying to catch them when they all go the other way.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things with Delta that I do now is, you know, if there's a Delta divergence, you know, price keeps moving higher, Delta increasing in negativity, that's those locals getting shorter and shorter as price goes more and more against them. And that's when we see the late spikes at the end of the day. You know, that tells me that there's another presence in the pit, right? That, you know, if the more aggressive traders are selling and price is going the opposite direction, there's a snake in the woodpile. That's saying there's something else going on here. So those are days I usually end up doing really well. You know, in the days when we don't see that, and you know, the range bound, I'm just working the extremes, man. Working the extremes.
But you're more of a intraday swing trader now. You really couldn't be in the pit, could you?
You could. What I was always trying to do was to scalp a position. So there was a trick. If I, you know, believed that the market was going to end the day considerably lower, and I got short and I got money in it, what I would do is I would not put that card in my count. I would put it in my pocket. So maybe I'm short one, and I'll turn to a broker behind me and I'll say, hey, work a stop for me. If price gets up here, buy me one. Then I could just forget about it. My clerk wouldn't have it in his count, so he would never know that I had that short. So I could basically work shorter time frame trades while staying short that one contract. And there were a lot of days, 2:00, I got the broker waving me down going, hey, I'm still working this stop way up there. You still want me to work it? And I'd say, oh no, shit, just cover it, buy it, because now it's a big profit.
Yeah.
But you can't really do that on screen,
Right.
because it's always in your count. So I was really trying to kind of scalp a position, like keep 1-2 on for a bigger part of the move, and then try and take pieces of it.
Is my screen still up?
Yeah, it is.
Look at the algos work. See
Unbelievable.
all that liquidity?
Unbelievable.
Those are the algos.
Well, I got out right in the middle here, right where I probably should have. Boy, they are just soaking it up.
The algos push you down, they push you down, they push you down. And it's the same algos pushing you down that are accumulating, 2 or 3 points below that. Then they get their fill, and then they push it back up again.
Joe, do you look at any other charts?
Yeah, I do.
So real quick before you switch off, so that looks like Thinkorswim, but I thought you have bookmap. Did you just pull it in front of Thinkorswim?
No, this is bookmap.
Oh, okay.
Thinkorswim. This
Okay.
is Thinkorswim's free version.
In front of it. Okay. It looked like it was part of Thinkorswim for a minute.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, I have a 133 tick chart, 1 minute chart, 5. I get the daily profiles that kind of help me get context, that type of thing. But yeah.
Awesome. All right. I'm taking it back, and we're calling this a day.
Well, we didn't do a trade, but you know what, Hoag? I learned a lot just discussing things with you and Ben and watching Ben trade and
Well, I hope
seeing
so.
what liquidity is. So I don't think it's a loss when we don't do a trade.
Well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Appreciate you. Thanks for, letting us watch that book map for a while. A lot of folks were like, we should probably, watch a whole session of it, or maybe watch an early session with the book map and see what happens. I know it's kind of hard to trade with that or poll people or ask, do we want to take a trade, not take a trade? Maybe we'll do that one of these days. And Joe, thank you very much for sharing that with us.
Okay. Thank you, Hoag. Thank you, Ben, and thank you all traders.
Thanks, Ben, and thanks to all of you for coming today and your votes and participation.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, John. Thanks, Joe.
Trade well, everyone.